All right, and we're live. Weekend real estate roundup, talking the facts, the figures, and the feelings on the ground, live with Billy and Glenn. Stay tuned.
Well, Billy, another week in real estate. We survived another week, Billy. We kept the lights on.
The lights are on, and it's a long weekend special.
Yeah, long weekend. We're actually at Novak HQ. We've got a few things to wrap up today. No open for inspections tomorrow, but a few private inspections. We'll get out there and show the properties to qualified buyers and qualified sellers tomorrow. So, yeah, working on and off through the long weekend, which is always great.
And Maria on the phones as well. If you need us, don't stop the inquiries flowing through. We're here to assist with any questions. But it was business as usual today. Good day of open homes, Glenn.
Yeah, look, people that say, let's start next week after the after the long weekend, everyone goes away. 17 groups through a pre-market showing. Some people call them off-market. So 17 people that weren't going on holidays, weren't going away, came through and looked at the property. And look, we could have it sold early next week. So $0 marketing program, pre-market. The great Lisa Novak had one of the more impressive sales. I don't know if it's the most impressive. She did sell one for 21 million, but fantastic sale in DY. We'll get to that later. 17 groups through. Just under 10 for most of the other properties. Still great numbers coming through properties in DY, Billy.
Really strong. Yeah, we were even saying off air that between Lisa and I, that property could have actually seen stronger numbers because of the pre-market urgency to get through. They know, the buyers know on our database how quickly we sell these properties, that there's a real need to get to the first open. So really good turnout.
Yeah, look, a lot of agents will say, oh, we didn't get anyone. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong day. The moon was in the wrong quadrant. Price well, advertised well, presented well. You'll get people through.
Yeah, really good. That definitely was the star of the show. Now, a couple of sales. Admittedly, it was a shorter open run because there were some really good sales in the week.
I think in total, was it eight?
There was well over 5.
Well, Lisa and Team Lisa Novak and Michael, I think they had 5. I had 1. Billy had a couple. Steph had a couple. So it was just a busy week for Novak. Really great for our sellers to go into a long weekend knowing their property sold.
Yeah.
For some of them, they had to find something new. I met with your vendors across the road there in Maramba Road. Put their property on pre-market, off-market. I know we say pre-market, off-market. You might wonder why am I calling it two different things. At Novak, we believe it's pre-market. We believe when we hit the portals, that's really on the market.
Yep.
Because that's got 100% of the buyers. But we can't really call it off-market because through our Novak off-market or pre-market program, 104,000 people on our database. So you can't really say it's off-market. 1 million people looking at all the Novak social media accounts per month, reached out to buyers agents, reached out to the database, signboards. It has to be really pre-market. It's too much exposure to call it off-market. Yeah,
Plan A, phase 1, whatever you call it, it works. So there were a couple good results there. Favorite listing of the week?
Well, let's unpack that a sale for Lisa.
The penthouse.
The penthouse. It's the highest sale of a property not on DY Beach.
Yep.
Okay, there has been some slightly higher, but not slightly higher. This property was back towards Pittwater Road. You entered through Sturdy Parade, which is a street that runs off Pittwater Road. And Lisa and Michael pre-market, showing qualified buyers, were able to secure a sale. That I think the only sale that's been higher was the penthouse in the Lighthouse development.
really impressive.
So to give you an idea, if you're saying, Glenn, tell us the price, Glenn, tell us the price, that sold over, I think, 3.5 million.
Yep.
So we were edging towards that.
Yeah, it was a good result, and as you say, lovely for the vendors to know they can go into a long weekend having something cool locked in.
So I love this word unpack. I hope to unpack a big barbecue tonight, Billy. But, tentative buyer, tentative vendor, purchased the property, resided in it for a couple of years, thought, you know what, maybe we want to go further up the coastline on the northern beaches, Newport, Avalon, but we'd have to sell ours, and we don't really want a lot of people through. Lisa would have spoken to this person, this vendor, for over 2 years. Over 2 years. Let's bring a handful of our buyers through. Let's bring through 4 of our best buyers.
Yep.
They get through the property in a group inspection, minimise, the inconvenience. Next thing you know, the vendor's got a record price.
As Glenn would say, bingo, bango, bongo.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Vendor's got a record price.
Yeah.
Now, you might be saying record price, the buyer would be unhappy. No, because the buyer got a stress-free sale. They're only negotiating with competition of 4 buyers, and then they're negotiating just with the vendor. They don't have that uncertainty of going to an auction. One of our auctions lately, we had 19 registered bidders.
Yeah.
Now that's stress.
It's a different buying process. So there is absolutely an appetite for pre-market, both from the vendors and purchasers.
Well, pre-market, there is a school of thought out there, and for agents that love their domain.com and realestate.com, maybe they've got shares in the company. Everything's got to go to market. Everything's got to go to market. That's how you get the highest price. Buyers, if they can secure a property and financially afford it with no stress, will pay a higher price, and then if they're stressed under competition. So if you're selling something, say, for 10 million, and you have to buy 3 million,
yes,
and then the agent comes back to you and says, pay 3.1 or we won't take it to market, we'll secure it for you, we don't have to investigate other prices. People go, you know what, I sold mine for 10, I purchased it, 50 years ago for 2 or 1. I'm all right with that deal.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that deal. The power of pre-market or off-market.
Now, we've actually got a couple of live viewers here. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. What do we think about SEO and organic marketing in real estate? Well, if organic marketing is similar to this pre-market stuff we're talking about, then yeah, we're all for it. We do love our marketing. We're constantly innovating and changing, and wherever there can be an improvement, it's quite quickly adapted.
Well, if you're saying organic marketing is similar to what we do here, where we're marketing our services now without a paid advertisement, then yeah, we're all for it.
Yeah,
we're all for it. Not a marketing major at university. I was a fitness major. Believe it or not, I must have failed. Look how big I am. But yeah, look, you'd have to define those terms a little bit for us.
On to the next part, community announcements.
No, Billy, like all young men, eager to crack on with it. Rentals this week.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Thank you for putting me in line there. Rentals update. Look, I believe the team, again, really, really busy. I know the team have been working quite tirelessly in their pods, groups, teams to secure some new properties for new tenants, a couple of new managements trickling in. We even had one as far as Hebersham this week, out near sort of west, inner west. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, some nice stock.
Well, if you jump on, if you're viewing us on Novak Properties, you'll see some of our tiles, and they explain where you can find almost affordable rentals in Sydney.
Yep.
Campsie in the sort of inner west southwest area, probably about 14 k's from the city. Still getting an apartment there for 500.
Yep.
If you go from Campsie up to Wiley Park, heading out towards Lakemba, same sort of distance from the city, still picking up something in the 400s, and there's some house prices as well. Rentals on the beaches, unfortunately, for tenants, going up. We're looking at a 10% increase next year, and the reason for that, 500,000 people are coming to Australia, the majority over the next 12 to 18 months on who you believe. Most of them will find their way either to Greater Sydney or the west of Sydney or along the coast, and that's just pushing the units up. Government's embarking on building 30,000 new homes.
It's a lot of house.
It's not a lot when you've got 500,000 people coming in.
This is true.
So if you say 2 people per home, you need 250,000.
Yeah.
If you say 5 people per home, you need 100,000. The government's only chipping in for 30,000, meaning the private sector has to chip in for another, let's say there's 5 in there in a home, which there isn't, another 70,000 across Australia, and they won't raise height limits on apartments. Go vertical and house everyone. You'll be hearing a lot from me about that.
But yeah, well said. There is a bit of a change. We actually covered it in a morning minute segment earlier in the week. So look, if you're navigating the tricky world of being a tenant or being a new landlord, get in touch. We'd love to try and help where we can. Yeah,
tenants in particular, 7 days a week, early to late, we're here. Sunday's probably best to ring us, but if you're finding it difficult, come in. We'll try to find a solution for you.
Yeah. Can I move on to community announcements?
Please do, Billy. Please do.
Now, I know as we got the long weekend ahead, I think Manly Jazz Festival is still running.
Wow. Look, I can remember going to it when I was your age, Billy. I've always worked on weekends. I used to work for the Carlisle Swim Centre on Sunday, and I used to do sport on a Saturday. So the Jazz Festival Sunday afternoon was a pretty good day.
But the beaches will be open, rocking and rolling.
Well, yeah, probably not really rocking and rolling. More, people clicking their fingers and not dancing to the beat. You'll do very well there, Billy.
Thank you, Glenn.
Pleasure.
And plans?
Well, I've got my delightful sister, not my grumpy brother, coming over tomorrow for dinner. My wife will cook up a Thai feast, and my mother, 88, still going strong, lives by herself, Howard Avenue, DY, 400 metres from my house. She'll be walking up. She refuses for us to drive her.
Very good.
That's how you get old. You go in the car too much. I've only got one voice, Billy, and that's the one. And so, yeah, we'll be with family. Beach day tomorrow will be great, in and out of appointments. Monday, not much. A little birdie told me, but Billy, there could be a little getaway, a romantic getaway for Billy.
Oh, certainly a getaway up to the Hunter Valley, which will be nice. Exploring another part of Greater Sydney, and yeah, certainly on the phone still if you need us.
Right, and what's at the Hunter Valley, Billy? What will you be doing there?
Tasting some of the delicacies, local delicacies, some wines, some pizzas. We'll just see what's going on.
When you go to the Hunter, have you been there before?
Just once.
There's a sweet white wine, Semillon, I think it's called, or something like that. That's all they do. So you go, oh, this is the greatest. Oh, God. Mate, I went up there once, Billy, my ex-wife, who at the time booked this bus tour. And it should have been called Bogan's Bus Tour. And we lived in the city where we thought we were a bit posh, and we got on this. By the end of it, everyone was friends.
That's it.
Very friendly.
But drink plenty of water. It's going to be a long, warm weekend. And most importantly, enjoy your friends and family.
I hope to see you next week.